What if I told you that God has already given you something, and one day you'll answer on what you did with it? In Luke chapter 19, verses 11 through 27, Jesus tells us a story. A king gives his servant money before leaving on a journey. When he returns, he calls them to account. One servant multiplied it. He gets rewarded. Another hid it in fear. He gets stripped of even what he had. Now here's the truth. Faithfulness isn't about what you were given. It's about what you did with it. God's not asking you to have more. He's asking you to be faithful with what's already in your hand. Small steps now lead to eternal rewards later. Stop hiding your gift. Start multiplying it. The King is coming back. Subscribe for more truth that prepares you for that day. And to get to know the King, watch the video linked below. Is anxiety weighing you down? This one powerful Bible verse can bring you instant peace. Philippians 4, 6 through 7 says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition and thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and mind in Christ Jesus." God isn't telling you to ignore anxiety. He's telling you to hand it over to Him. When you replace worry with prayer, His peace overtakes you. Next time anxiety hits, don't panic. Pray and declare this verse. If you're trusting God for His peace, then type, "I trust God" in the comments. And please subscribe for more encouraging videos like this. He healed the sick. He raised the dead. Spoke with authority like no one else. But the night before the cross, Jesus fell to the ground in the garden and asked, "Father, is there any other way?" In Gethsemane, Jesus knew what was coming. Betrayal, torture, the weight of the world's sin, and He felt the crushing weight of it all. So He prayed, honestly, "If it's possible, let this cup pass from me." But His next words changed everything. "Nevertheless, not my will, but yours be done." The moment of surrender unlocked the cross and the resurrection. Because real obedience doesn't happen when it's easy. It happens when it's hard. Jesus didn't just die for you. He chose to. And before He wore a crown of thorns, He won the battle in prayer. If you're ready to say, "Not my will, but yours," then comment, "I surrender, Lord." And to know this Jesus who died for you, watch the video below. What if I told you the person with the greatest faith in the Gospels wasn't even a disciple, wasn't even Jewish, but was a Roman soldier? In Matthew chapter 8, verses 5 through 13, a Roman centurion comes to Jesus begging for healing, not for himself, but for his servant. And Jesus offers to go with him. The centurion says, "Lord, I'm not worthy for you to come under my roof. Just say the word, and my servant will be healed." Here's what stunned Jesus. He said, "I haven't found this kind of faith even in Israel." The centurion knew authority, and he believed that if Jesus spoke it, it had to happen. No touch, no crowd, just faith. And the servant was healed at that very moment. Faith doesn't need proof. It just needs to believe that when Jesus speaks, it's done. Subscribe for more faith that makes your spirit marvel. And you want to know this Jesus? Watch the video below. What if the thing that you're most ashamed of, the thing that made others leave, is the very thing that draws Jesus near? In Matthew chapter 8, a man with leprosy falls before Jesus and says, "Lord, if you're willing, you can make me clean." No one touched lepers. They were outcast, unclean. But Jesus didn't flinch. He touched him and says, "I am willing, be clean." Instantly, he was healed. And here's what that tells us. Your mess doesn't repel Jesus. It pulls Him in. He doesn't just heal bodies. He restores dignity. He reaches for ones when no one else will. If you're feeling unworthy or untouchable, Jesus still says, "I am willing." Subscribe for more truth that brings healing and hope. And to know this Jesus who is so willing for you, watch the video below. This is Crazy Bible Stories, Part 1. Most people know the story of Adam and Eve in the garden in the beginning of creation, but I bet you didn't know this about the story. When God created the first man and woman on the earth, all of creation watched this happen. The name Adam actually means dust, because God actually breathed life into the dust of the earth, thus creating Adam. He then took one of Adam's ribs out of his body and made Eve with it. And the name Eve means to bring forth life because she was given the ability to bring forth life as a woman. When God made Adam and Eve, he actually gave humanity full authority and dominion over the entire earth. But then Satan got Adam and Eve to eat the forbidden fruit. And when they disobeyed God, they ended up giving that dominion over to Satan. And then Jesus came as a living sacrifice and ended up giving that authority and dominion back to the children of God. If you're thankful for Jesus, subscribe now and watch the video below.